Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here.
Come along if you dare. Take a ride to the land inside of your mind. Beyond the seas of thought, beyond the realm of want. Across the streams of hopes and dreams where things are really not. Come along if you can. Come along if you dare.
Have a good one.
Take a ride to the
Cheers, guys.
inside of your mind. But please realize you'll probably be surprised.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review of Riverdale on the CW. In this week's episode, we've seen Season 2, Episode 11, Chapter 24, The Wrestler. So, this aired back on Wednesday night, of course. I know I'm a little bit late with it. But I still wanted to get it out because Riverdale is one of my favorite shows I'm watching right now, honestly. I even bumped up a spot on my top shows of 2017 list. If you look at the comments section, I sort of updated it. Well, yeah, so this wasn't one of the best episodes, so far this season, but I thought it was still a pretty good one. I don't know, it's just really easy for me to enjoy Riverdale for some reason, and I'm not going to be ashamed of that. It is late, it's basically 2:30 in the morning. I have to get up for work, so I probably shouldn't make this video too long, but I like this one, especially when it came to Archie and Hiram in this one. Like I said, I think the actor playing Hiram, I've said it before, I think the actor playing Hiram is just really on point with his mannerisms and just the way he portrays the character. I think is a really good way to go about it. Still not sure what to make of him. A lot of people still think he's the one pulling the strings to this whole Black Hood thing. Perhaps, but I kind of hope not for Veronica's sake, but, I'm sure it won't really go that well eventually for one reason or another. Because he can't have all the fathers either be good like Fred or, redeemable like FP. So, I don't know. But before we talk about the Archie and Hiram stuff this week, why don't we talk about the less interesting parts, especially when it came to Betty and Chick. I just do not like the storyline right now. I've said before I'm not that big a fan of Betty. I think Lily Reinhart does a fine job, and Betty certainly has her place on the show. But this whole Chick storyline is just getting kind of awkward. Honestly, it's I was already questioning whether it deserved this much screen time or not, or whether it was a necessary sort of plot point. But now it's just getting weird because we know that Chick had clients, and we see more in detail this week that he does basically online webcamming and different shows, and he basically role plays for people. We don't really go we don't really need to go much deeper into it than that. But it sets him off because he goes back to his apartment, that Marcel guy or whatever had taken away his computer and stuff like that, gotten rid of it. And that's how he's been making his money. So Betty loans him an old one of hers. But they start to connect on this darkness that is inside of the whole dark Betty thing. That we've seen most of in the first season, but a little bit in season 2 so far. So they're kind of connecting over that. They have an inner darkness within them, which, could be interesting. But Chick ends up convincing her to sort of channel that, or sort of lose herself in the whole, camming thing, or pretending to be someone else. So I guess they're implying that Betty's going to be a cam girl now. So, it's kind of awkward. A lot of people point to Betty supposed to be only like 16 or 17 on the show. I think most of the characters are supposed to be around that age, our main group of kids here. I've always imagined most of them would be between like 16 and 18, maybe give or take. Hopefully give. You know, maybe 18, 19 at most. You know, I'd like to think, you know, most like 17, 18 perhaps, but it is still awkward because she is kind of on that line of, you know, maybe being too young for any of that stuff. So it's, you know, we don't know for sure because I tried to look up the info, but I can't find exactly how old she's supposed to be, but it is awkward. And even if it wasn't for that, you know, if we knew for a fact she was like 18, 20 or something like that, then it would still be weird. Just, are we supposed to like Betty for doing this or something? I don't know. The Dark Betty stuff has been awkward before, and it's just making it worse. And this chick storyline just feels odd too. You know, if they're, you know, Betty having a brother feels kind of random, and it doesn't really feel like it's going to pay off, you know, that well. I don't know. Hal, you know, of course, the father has a distaste for him. He's been a dick in general throughout the series, but, you know, there's some underlying reason that we don't really know yet. Some people have a theory that maybe Chick is actually FP's son. Maybe he and Alice, you know, had gotten more intimate than we've been sort of led to believe with the little hints here and there so far. I think that's a possibility, but if he's really another son of FP's, I think they'd want to make him look more interesting than he is right now, honestly. But who knows? So yeah, the part's alright. It's definitely the weakest part of the show right now. Then Jughead, thankfully, his storyline was better than that. As he looks more into, you know, the town and stuff like that. And we see, you know, they're celebrating Pickens Day like a, you know, war hero for Riverdale. But we see that he's actually responsible, being ordered on an ancestor of Cheryl's, you know, of course, the Blossoms. You know, they slaughtered, you know, roughly, you know, 400, you know, men, women, and children. During the war, so they kind of try to stand against him being celebrated, which is understandable. A lot of like historical figures are, you know, not really all they're made out to be in, you know, just your basic textbooks and stuff like that. In certain cases, anyway. So that is interesting, and he ends up talking to Tony's grandfather about it, getting some more insight into that. Because there's always different perspectives, you know, and different conflicts like that, but it appears, yeah, he wasn't really that good of a person, or that much of a war hero. At least from every side, of course. It's always different depending on which side you're on, but all of them are, I don't know. But he ends up publishing it in the paper, of course, and getting the truth out there, and, you know, they slam him because it wasn't really his place to make it a point to go about it again. But the grandfather ends up deciding that he's opened up the old wound now, so they need to interrupt the festival they're having. And Hiram is able to sort of, you know, turn it around, or, you know, set up these young people are, you know, speaking their minds, and that's great. You know, we need to hear things like this, which is kind of, you know, bullshit. But he manages to manipulate the crowd. Hiram is smart, so he did it that way. It's still interesting, and now Jughead has more of a grudge against Hiram himself, which, you know, should be interesting, I guess, because Jughead will just dig and dig and dig and not stop. So we'll see how that goes. But now my favorite part of the episode is definitely Archie and Hiram. Like I said, I really like the actor playing Hiram. He's becoming, I don't know if I should say one of my favorite characters. My two favorites are Veronica and FP, by the way. I will need to do a video just ranking my favorite characters. It goes something like this. Basically, Veronica number 1, FP. Yeah, I guess Jughead or Archie. And then, you know, then probably after that, you probably got Fred and Hiram and stuff like that, I think. And Cheryl, of course, as well. Yeah, I think he's an interesting character. Yeah, he's probably not gonna end up being really redeemable and good like FP turned out to be, which is, you know, great development, by the way. But you know, I hope he's not just turned into like a basic villain on the show, really. You know, but we'll see how it goes. But you know, basically, Archie is you know, being increasingly pressured and taken back by Hiram's supposedly lack of respect or, you know, fondness for him. It steals Archie boyfriends, you know, come and go. But we know Veronica was different then. You know, she probably had more boyfriends than she would take in now, hopefully. So the fact that she has a relationship with Archie probably means more to her than any of those did. You know, but Hiram, of course, being the kind of man he is, and, you know, of course, being a father, you know, he doesn't look at Archie as, you know, as fondly as she does. But we see that Hiram is known as the Ram, and he was a, you know, good wrestling state champion. So Archie tries to take that up instead of basketball. But of course he's very sloppy at it. Yeah, he's a good athlete, but wrestling's a very different kind of thing. He tries to learn from Kevin a little bit, but doesn't really go so well for a little bit. He's basically pumping chest with Hiram, and trying to basically stand the ground against the other. So I liked all that. I find Hiram interesting, and we also have the FBI, supposed FBI agent. Some people think he's not really an FBI agent, that he's just someone out to sabotage the lodges, perhaps, or Hiram particularly, I don't know. We also see Archie ends up wrestling, I forget if his name's Chad or whatever, but the whole Maple thing, or the whole, the guy that basically, posted that false thing about Veronica within the first few episodes of the show in the first season. He's supposedly trying to be a better person now, the one that, Dark Betty went crazy on. But still, you can tell he's a douche. And so, as I'm rooting for Archie at the end, I was happy and was finally able to outmaneuver Chuck and put him down for a 3 count. That was still satisfying. It was nice to see him. Nice to see him get taken down there. So it appears like they have some kind of understanding, Hiram and Archie. Archie kind of is made by Hiram to say that he and Hiram already had a good talk, but they didn't. But at the end of the episode, Hiram does have respect for Archie for taking care of that match the way he did, and he appears to want to make him a give him an internship, start working with him as a business partner, because Archie says he plans on getting into college on some kind of sports scholarship. But he's trying to see a more, a different way to go about his life, and he chooses, business supposedly. But, he's trying to dig more information on him, but he kind of ignores the FBI agent's call at the end of the episode, so we'll see. Yeah, overall not a bad episode. So like I said, it's probably one of the weaker ones so far this season, probably in the second half. But I like the whole wrestling thing with Hiram and Archie. And Veronica, she had some really nice, moments of singing in this episode, and I say moments because she kept getting cut off, and that bugged me. Just let her sing. You also had Josie. She was manipulated by her mother, and so she kind of cuts ties with Veronica in a really abrupt way, saying she won't be manipulated by another lodge. And you can tell she's just spewing words from her mother's mouth, but it's annoying that she was kind of forced, like that by her mother, just to act like that. But Veronica gets some time at the end of the episode. But they need to let Veronica sing, because there are some of her best showings yet as far as that goes. But yeah, so let me know what you guys thought about this episode. If I had to rate it, I'd rate it about an 8.9, maybe 9 out of 10. Yeah, one of the weaker ones, but I still really enjoy Riverdale, and that's what still gets, even though it's one of the weaker ones. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Yeah, go to bed. But still really pretty nice episode. I still liked it.